Welcome back to This Week in History, the one where the U.S. pays off its debt for good. And we answer the question, where does the United States national debt stand today?
$1 billion.
A lot more than that. And if you're shocked by the answer, you're probably not paying attention. This dates back to the American Revolution. I don't know if you've heard about it, but it's where a bunch of colonies take on a little country known as Great Britain. A lot of those future states racked up quite a bit of war debt. This became a huge bone of contention because after the war, the federal government agreed to take on the war debt from the states. Now, this didn't sit well with a section of young Americans, most notably future populist hero, President Andrew Jackson. When Jackson took office, it's estimated that the U.S. national debt was at $58 million. So during his second term of office, Jackson made it his mission to pay it off. How did he do it? Jackson had a multi-pronged approach. First, he said no to spending by vetoing most major spending bills that came across his desk. Then he jacked up tariffs on imported goods. And finally, he started selling U.S. land. That's right, in the 1830s, the United States basically became its own real estate broker. This week in 1835, the national debt was officially paid off. Rejoice! Fiscal responsibility always wins, except it didn't. Within several years of paying off that national debt, the United States entered one of the worst depressions of the 1800s. Selling those lands to pay down the debt added to a real estate bubble that was already about to burst, and then it popped. And within 2 years, the federal government had to borrow money again to get the economy back on track, and we've been in debt ever since. Today, the national debt is estimated to be a staggering $22 trillion. While most economists agree that it's good to run some form of national debt, we may have gone too far in that direction. So what can we do? Maybe it's time for the United States to get back in the real estate game. Anyone want a Dakota? This one has friendly neighbors. I'm looking at you, Canada. Or maybe it's time to look at the budget and see what propels America forward in the most responsible direction while still addressing the fiscal crisis that having too much debt creates. Yeah, I'm sure Congress will get right on that. Hey, thanks for watching This Week in History. We hope you learned something, and more importantly, we hope you give us a like and a subscribe and join us next week for This Week in History.